sure I'm in the right place. Is this the Acorn Rally? Hi, I'm Representative Joe Wilson. Actually, the real reason I'm in Denver today is because President Obama came to Minneapolis and I had to get out of town. Jason, thanks for that warm introduction, my friend. You read it just the way I wrote it. Of all the introductions I've ever had, I gotta say, that one right there was the most recent. Now, it is true, I did run for Congress out here. It's no secret I ran for Congress, although it seemed like one at a time. I would go and give these speeches and people would come up to me and say, Jason, that sounds great. You look and sound just like a model congressman. I'd say, that's pretty good. Go give another speech and they'd say, that's great. You look and sound just like a model congressman. Pretty soon I went home and looked under the word model in the dictionary and it said small imitation of the real thing. So I decided to get into talk radio. Boy, you know, John gave a great speech, didn't he? Yeah. I just wish when John was talking, he wouldn't sugarcoat things quite so much, you know. Let us know how you feel next time. It's great to be back in Denver, I gotta say, but after all these great speeches, I feel a little bit like Zsa Zsa Gabor's 8th husband on their honeymoon. I know what I'm supposed to do, I'm just wondering if I can make it interesting. You people in the back can think about that for just a moment. You know, Linda gave me a call, I guess it was, I should say Linda, it was Diana, excuse me. The other woman in my life, Diana, I'm sorry. Diana gave me a call and said, hey Jason, we hear you on KHOW and we're having this big 9/12 rally. Would you like to come out, think about coming out? And I said, well, I'll think about it. She says, look, do you believe in free speech? And I said, sure. She said, how about giving one? Now, I know the 9/12 Project wanted somebody today to, the keynote who was young, kind, good-looking, articulate. Unfortunately, Governor Ritter couldn't make it today. You know, he's the greenest governor in the entire country. I happen to think he may be the reddest, if you get my drift. Actually, I've got a confession to make. Seriously, I do have the heart of a liberal. It's true. I keep it in a jar on my desk at the office. And right before I go in the studio every night, it kind of gets me going. I was talking to my wife before I came out last night and I said, did you ever, in your wildest dream, think I was going to be hosting this big event in Denver, Colorado? And she looked at me for a second and said, well, you've never been in my wildest dream. Which reminds me of Hillary Clinton. You know, Hillary's back in the news. She's in the cabinet now, and apparently she had to have a little talk with Chelsea not long ago because, look, we're back in the spotlight. So the media is going to be focused on us, and I got to ask you a question, Chelsea, and it's kind of embarrassing. You're a young woman, you've been living away from home for a while, but I've got to ask you the question for media scrutiny. Mrs. Clinton had to ask her a tough question, and just looked at her and said, Chelsea, have you had sex yet? Chelsea thought for a moment and said, not according to Dad. Now wait. I want to make this bipartisan. So let me just say I missed the Reagan years when sleeping with the president meant you attended a cabinet meeting. All right? A lot of people are asking why we're here today, most of them liberals. And, everybody's made a great case. But I mean, think of where we are. We are locked in a recession with no recovery in sight. We've got a debt going to $9 trillion. They're going to raise taxes $1.5 trillion. We've got unemployment at 9.7% and going up. Median household income plunged 4% last year. Personal income is down $427 billion from the peak of 2008. Why are we here? I'll tell you why we're here. That doesn't sound like hope and change to me. No. Does it sound like hope and change to you? No. Of course not, and that's why we're here. We've awoken this not-so-silent Nixonian majority once again. The peasants are grabbing the pitchforks, And that's what democracy is all about. That's what protest is all about. That's what the First Amendment is all about. Somebody needs to tell the Denver Post and the Democratic Party